Welcome to Play-by-Play Sports Broadcast Dallas Edition. I'm Ethan George, along with my co-hosts Ryder and Isaac Zimmerman. A lot has happened in the Dallas sports world since last summer, so we will try to catch up with you on this great year of sports for some and not so great for others.
Let's start with the not so great. The Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic had high hopes heading into the season. They were coming off of a top 4 finish in the West and even made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals before falling to the eventual champion, Golden State Warriors. Many people were even picking Luka to grab his first MVP award before the season began. They started out the year pretty well, going 22-16 heading into 2023. However, Doncic and company got off to a slow start in the new year and decided they needed a change to spark them in the second half of the season. The Mavericks did just that in trading for 8-time All-Star and former NBA champion Kyrie Irving.
This trade unfortunately did not have the desired effect. In fact, it may have had the opposite. The Mavericks fell completely out of the playoffs, going 2-9 in their final 11 games and finishing the year 38-44. Even with Luka's heroics averaging over 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists for the season, this team has a lot to figure out heading into next season.
We now talk about the stars that shined brightest in Dallas sports, and that, of course, is the Dallas Stars hockey team. They were incredibly consistent all year long, being one of the best in the West throughout the whole NHL season. The Stars would finish only 1 point behind the reigning Stanley Cup champion Avalanche for the first in Central Division. They were led by superstar Jason Robertson, who led the team in both goals and assists, picking up the first 100-point season in team history along the way.
The Stars looked primed to make a run to the Stanley Cup, defeating the Minnesota Wild in Round 1 and the Seattle Kraken in Round 2. Unfortunately, in the Western Conference Finals, they quickly found themselves down 3-9 to the top-seeded Vegas Golden Knights. They fought back heroically, taking both games 4 and 5 to make it a series, but in Game 6, it was all Knights, winning the clinching Game 6 by a score of 6-0. The future on the ice is bright as ever for the Stars. We'll see what next season brings.
Finally, we have the two teams that play out in Arlington. Though last season was a bust for the Rangers, they have started off hot this year. They currently lead their division, ahead of in-state rival and defending World Series champions, the Houston Astros. Jacob deGrom's injury is a big blow, but the Rangers are still in the driver's seat early this season.
Across the parking lot, it was another season of ups and downs for the Cowboys. It all started with a Week 1 injury to quarterback Dak Prescott. Backup QB Cooper Rush was able to step up and do a decent job leading the Cowboys to a 4-1 record as a starter. When Dak returned to the field, he led the league in interceptions, but the boys would still finish up in the season 12-5, good enough for a wild card spot.
In the first round, they were able to avenge the Week 1 loss against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in what happened to be Brady's final game. In Round 2, the Cowboys faced off with the San Francisco 49ers, who had the #1 defense in the league. The offense could not find its stride, and Dallas would fall to the Niners 19-12. This loss meant the streak of not reaching the NFC title game since 1995 would continue. The Cowboys have just as many questions as answers heading into the upcoming season, and we'll see if they can finally break the long streak.
Well, that's all we have today. For my co-hosts, Isaac and Ryder, this has been the Play-by-Play Sports Broadcast Dallas Edition. Thank you for watching.